Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lilly Center. We're here in Oak Hill on New River Network getting ready for some exciting high school basketball action. I'm Robert Shirley Love alongside Chris Rader, and we are super excited to bring you the Princeton Oak Hill game tonight. Chris, what are we looking at?
So, Robert, Oak Hill comes in tonight with a record of 3-12, and, you know, it's one of those deals where you don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but you don't want to sugarcoat it either. It just hasn't been the season they wanted. You know, when they got the season started, they weren't hoping to be 3-12 at this point. It's been a long season. Now, I will say one of those 3 wins was against Princeton very early in the year, back in December, at the holiday tournament in Beckley. So
okay.
It was 69-59. And I was talking to Coach Andy Keys, you know, prior to the game, and I said, well, what, you know, in that game, what did you guys do well that you'd like to replicate? And he said, well, we shot the ball really well. Now, the thing about shooting the ball is that comes and goes. That's a real X factor. You can't go in every basketball game just going, hey, we're going to shoot the ball really well.
Boy, it's nice when you do that.
It's nice when you do, and it makes things a lot easier. So they scored 69 points that night. He said, you know, I would love to score 69 points again here tonight. He said in that first matchup that he felt like that when they were either turning the ball over or they were knocking down a shot, and there wasn't a lot of in between. So, you know, but he said they moved the ball really well, and I think he would like to replicate that here tonight. Now, with Princeton, you have to remember they have 3 starters on their team that were members of that state football championship.
Oh, yes.
So when they caught Princeton, it was really early, and to be honest, it's probably not hard to imagine those kids didn't have their basketball legs under them just yet because they had made that deep run in the state football championship.
And there is a big transition period.
Look, big transition. There's a difference between being in football shape where you go hard for maybe 10 seconds and then you get a breather and you go back to the huddle, and then in basketball where it's constant motion, running and jumping, sometimes 5 or 6 minutes at a time without a break.
100%.
So Princeton got off to a little slow start. They're 7-10 themselves. They had a tough loss last night to Shady Spring. But I think with Princeton, I was looking at their schedule, I think you've seen just general improvement as the years went along, and these kids are starting to get their basketball legs under them and you know, develop those basketball skills and maybe got a little rusty because of a deep football playoff run.
Certainly. Quick pivot. We've got our Oak Hill cheerleaders out on the floor and talking about a deep run. These ladies went to states this year.
Well, Lucas and I, every time, you know, Lucas Berry and I do a game, we always praise the cheerleaders. They have as long a season as any team. You know,
oh my goodness, all the teams.
They have their own competition that they go to and have to prepare for. They go to all the football games. They do all the home basketball games for the boys and girls. It is a real time commitment for these kids. And, you know, it's senior night tonight, too, so they recognized some seniors here tonight. I know Rossi, Rasty, and Zaysha Woodson, and I'm praying I'm not forgetting another kid. I know those 2 kids were seniors. Those only senior cheerleaders that I remember. And if I'm forgetting somebody, I apologize, but we want to recognize those kids too because they do put in a lot of work.
Absolutely. Incredible athletes and not just the background work, but like you said, they perform at every basketball game. They perform at every sporting event they go to. It's a lot.
Look, when I was in high school, I probably frankly took them for granted and didn't realize, one, how good athletes they really are.
Oh, my God.
And they are really good athletes. And then, 2, the time and work that they put into their craft, just like a football player or a basketball player.
Well, I will say with confidence, you won't see the football team flipping across the floor. All right, quick pause for our national anthem, and we are moments away from some really good high school basketball action. We're going to send it out on the floor as they introduce the teams.
So, Robert, we're heading into the postseason. Oak Hill after tonight has 4 games, and then we get into regional play. Same for Princeton. And like I said before, it's been a tough season for Oak Hill, but at this point, if you're Coach Andy Keys, you're just looking for incremental improvement, and hopefully, you see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and you take your team into the postseason with maybe some measure of confidence,
Yes.
And this would be a nice start if they could get a nice win over here against Princeton at home. That'd be a nice start toward that. And these teams actually will play again after this down in Princeton, so they're going to meet up 3 times this year.
Okay, so they've got some encounters. Now, if you would, take a moment and explain to our audience, anybody who's not aware, high school athletics have changed. The bracketing has changed. Sectional and regional play has changed. What's that look like now?
So there is no sectionals anymore. It's all regionals.
All regionals.
It's all regionals. And then for Oak Hill in Quad A, it's even a little more different. So, where there's just 20 Quad A teams in the state this year, what they do is they break it into a north-south region. So Oak Hill's one of 10 teams in the south, and they have 10 teams up in the north. And, man, basically, and you're still sending 8 teams to states. So really what that looks like in Quad A is the top 6 teams, like in each region, will get a bye, and then you have seeds 7 through 10 who play their way into the quarterfinal.
Okay.
So if you're in the top 6 and you get a bye, if you literally win one basketball game, you're going to states.
Wow.
So it's a lot different. It's not for me to say whether it's. I guess it's not. I'll state my opinion. I don't love it. Honestly,
Go ahead and tell
I don't love it. I do miss sectionals. I think that's another some hardware that a high school can put in their trophy case.
Yep.
It gives the kids something else to look forward to and play for. But that's no longer the case anymore. It's all regionals, and you're playing for a regional title, and then you go to states after that.
Yep. And I'll tell you, the reclassifications, it's been a change. It's an adaptation for Oak Hill and an adaptation for all the programs. All right, we're underway. Here we go. Tip-off. Oak Hill comes down to it. Here's Hicks back out to Compton.
And they're going to settle in a man-to-man, but Andy Keys told me that at some point he expects to see some pressure, whether it be full court or then just trying to trap in the corners here in their half-court set.
Jones now top of the key, around to Compton, drives. Kicks out, drives again, throws it back to Jones at the top for 3, and it's good.
So that's a really nice job by Caleb Compton to drive and kick. And Tom Jones is at his best when he can catch and shoot just like he did. Nice start for Oak Hill.
Oak Hill opens it up. Now here's Princeton. Coming down, we've got Moser. Moser over to Gum. Gum drives underneath.
Now, Andy Keys told me that number 4, Jace Gum, might be their best player. He had 50 points the other night against Mount View. You don't see that too often in high school.
Okay, so out of bounds off Oak Hill. Princeton inbounding under their own basket. Going to kick it out top. Here is Hawkins. No, sorry, Barker. Here's Barker. Barker come around, got the pick. Nothing there. Kicks it back out top. Here's Gum. Gum now driving. Kicks it back out. Princeton taking a moment to size things up.
Yeah, they're in no hurry here. They are trying to size up Oak Hill's man-to-man defense. That's good defense. It's going to be a tie ball. That's good help defense from Brent Conley.
Really good defense. Quick hands to get in there.
Jace Gum was trying to post up. Conley came down, doubled the post, and was able to tie him up. And that's a mistake. I was thinking that should be still Princeton ball, and they're finally correcting that.
Okay. So
but yeah, you're right. Princeton very deliberate here in their first set, just trying to figure out where they want to go against this Oak Hill man-to-man defense. And again, keep an eye on number 4, Jace Gum. Ivan Purdue is matching up with him right now. He's a tough matchup, and there he is.
Well, they got it underneath the Gum, who goes up for it, but can't bring it down, and that's going to be a foul on Conley.
And that's, some previous games that we've done. Brent is arguably Oak Hill's best players. They're either leading scorer, they're leading rebounder. leads them in block shots. But we have done a couple of games where Brent's gotten in foul trouble. When he gets in foul trouble, Oak Hill's in trouble. So he's got to be careful. Picked up a quick one there.
In and out for Gum.
And again, there's 3 starters. Brad Mosser, who was the Kennedy Award winner going to WVU. Chance Barker was an all-state quarterback. And then Wyatt Klein. Those are all 3 starters from a state championship football team for Princeton this year.
Gum sinks the second one to put Princeton on the board. 3-1, 6:53 to go here in the first. If you're just joining us, we're at Fred Ferry Court here at the Lilly Center in Oak Hill. Oak Hill playing Princeton tonight, and here is Compton to bring it across midcourt. Over to Conley, back out to Jones. Jones for 3. No good, tips it up. Princeton comes down with a quick work getting down the floor to Gum. Gum underneath.
Yeah, that's a good call. And that Jace Gum got his elbow high, caught Antoine Hicks in the face. Referee Andy Hudson saw it, and he called that foul. So Jace Gum picks up an offensive foul. That'll be his first and the team first. Rob Williams was arguing with Andy Hudson about it, but Andy Hudson was very emphatic when he made that call, and I thought I saw that too.
Yeah, well, you saw Hicks grab his face.
Gum got that elbow up.
But it's a good thing that kid's tough as nails. I know him well from the football team.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hurt Antoine.
Hicks driving underneath, testing the theory. Going to pull the foul.
So that's going to be on the freshman point guard for Princeton. That's Tyrone Hawkins. That's his first.
And that's going to send Antoine to the line for 2.
And, Robert, in the games that I've done previously, Antoine is the one kid for Oak Hill who has the ability to put the ball on the deck and maybe create his own shot and draw a foul. That's not something, they don't have a lot of other kids who that's not their forte, and it is something Antoine has the ability to do.
Well, comes up short on his first shot, but puts it in on the second. 4-0 Oak Hill. Here comes Princeton, wasting no time, down to Gum. Gum kicks it back out top. Back to Gum.
No, Oak Hill is in a man-to-man right now, but they
cross
typically...
the court to Brad for 3. Score it. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. They will typically switch defenses. They'll drop into their what they call their devil zone. But right now they're going straight man-to-man. Brad Mosser knocked down that 3 that time, though.
Here's Conley taking it in for 2.
Nice little mid-range shot by Brent Conley.
Very nice, very nice. Good control. Pulled back, put it in. Princeton bringing it down now. Here is Barker. Barker over in the corner to Gum. Gum kicks it back out top to Hawkins. Hawkins drives now at the foul line. Nowhere to go.
That's good defense by Antoine Hicks. He
really
walled up
good
and
defense.
Cut him off. Good
no
defense.
Foul. Kept it together. Here's Moser. Kicks it back out to Hawkins for 3. No good. Jones comes down with it. Compton coming down fast for the Red Devils. Going to go in. Kicks it over to Conley. Throws it up. No good. Princeton with the rebound.
That's not a bad shot, though. Brent had a good little look from about 6 or 7 feet. Just couldn't knock it down.
Here's Princeton for 3. No good.
Yeah, it was a quick trigger 3 that time from Wyatt Klein in transition. Andy Keys is now telling Caleb Compton, let's slow it down. I don't know if they want to get in a run and gun with Princeton and those athletes. They probably ready to play a half-court game.
That's a lot of fresh legs right there if it needs to be. Can I see your roster? Let me grab one of these guys. Jones now kicks it over to Antoine. Antoine drives underneath. Little miscommunication. Kicks it out to Conley for 3. No good. Battle for the rebound. Oak Hill comes up with it, puts it back up, no good.
That was really good ball movement from Oak Hill. They just couldn't knock down the shot. I really like what they were doing offensively, though. And that's going to be a charge, and that's going to be Gum's second.
That's 2 on him early in this game.
So we'll see what Coach Rob Williams wants to do with his best player, Chase Gum, already with 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
I tell you, I'm looking for number 5 for Princeton. I cannot find him.
That's Wyatt Klein.
Klein, okay, thank you. Got to get him on my sheet here. Somehow he didn't make it to my sheet. All right, speaking of number 5, here's Compton for Oak Hill. Brings it across midcourt, throws it to Twan. Jones now driving, throws it up, no good. Thought he was going to draw the foul, didn't quite happen. Klein bringing it across for Princeton. Drives hard, kicks it out to the corner. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins in the corner to Gum for three. Sinks it.
Sure did.
6-6 tie game. 3:40 to go here in the first.
I wasn't sure Gum got his feet set, but he showed me as he sunk that from the corner over there.
Oak Hill brings it down. Jones now out to Compton. Compton drives, almost loses it, kicks it out to Gum. Jones miscommunication, gets it to Antoine. Antoine in the paint, kicks it back out to Compton. Compton now into the corner. Up for two was Purdue, no good. Princeton brings it across midcourt. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins now for a long three. No good.
Maybe rushed that a little bit. I'm not sure that's a shot Rob Williams wanted. Brent Conley had the right idea. He had Purdue streaking underneath, just couldn't connect with him. And it looks like number 11, Jack Hurd, is going to check into the game. And Jace Gum is going to sit down with those 2 fouls. He's got 4 points.
Who's that, 11?
Yeah, that's Jack Hurd who just checked in.
Okay. All right, Princeton's ball inbound. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first. 6-all here in the Lilly Center. Here comes Princeton. Hawkins now slowing it down. Going to kick it over to Brad. Brad, little footwork. Comes into the paint. Up for two. Can't sink it. Good fight for the rebound. Oak Hill comes down with it. Princeton steals it away. Hawkins now. Kicks it out. Here is Klein for three. No good. Brad thinks about it. Thinks about it again. Kicks it over. There's Hurt. Hurt for three. No good. Hawkins comes down with the rebound. Drives the paint. Goes up for two. And puts it in. Princeton takes the lead for the first time this game with 2 minutes to go.
What's so frustrating about that is Princeton got 3 offensive rebounds on that one trip down court.
In a row.
On the 4th shot, they were able to knock it down.
Yep.
Oak Hill got to crash the glass.
Yeah, can't give them that many opportunities.
You can't give them 4 looks at the basket on one trip. They'll eventually knock it down. Craven Austin is going to check into the game. Looks like here for Ivan Purdue. Purdue's going to take a seat. And Austin's going to guard Jack Hurd, who just checked in for Princeton.
Austin, the freshman for Oak Hill, but making a name for himself already. Good ball player.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good ball player.
Here comes Princeton. Brad talking to his guys, sends it over to Hurt. Hurt now. Stuck. Kicks it out to Hawkins.
Now, looks like Oak Hill, I thought they maybe dropped into a zone. That's a tough shot from Barker.
Barker gives it a shot, but not quite. Oak Hill comes down with it and goes down court. Here's Compton. Driving, kicks it underneath to Austin, stuffed.
That's a great block by Jack Hurd. Great recovery.
Princeton now with the ball. Here's Hurt for three. Klein for three.
Yeah, it looks like Oak Hill had an easy layup down there on the other end. And Jack Hurt with a great recovery to swat that. I thought Craven also had a wide open layup.
10-6 now. Here is Conley for three from the corner.
That's not the way they drew it up, but it turned out okay. Brent Conley's got 5 now.
That works. 10-9 Princeton.
They're going to get Antoine for a little cheapie out there.
Little contact.
That'll be his first, the team's second here in the first quarter.
Princeton inbound it. 34 seconds to go in the first period of play. Here's Brad.
I got to tell you, things are getting really physical with Chance Barker and Craven Austin down there.
They
really
playing
physical.
Well, a little tip up, and Oak Hill comes down with it. There's Compton. And I think we got a foul. Is that a foul? What do they call?
Yeah, that's a good call. Little chippiness down there between Malser and Caleb Compton. That's a good call, though. Malser put 2 hands on him as Caleb tried to drive. So that's going to be Brad's first.
Oh, ho, ho, settle down, boys.
Antoine Hicks talking to him a little bit as they're trying to get everything calmed down. I will tell you, down here on this end, Craven Austin and Chance Barker, it was getting really physical between them. I saw Chance Barker very emphatically, as Austin put his hand on him, smack his hand away twice. So, there's definitely some chippiness right here at the end of the first quarter between these two teams.
Well, now, I'll tell you firsthand, Brad and Twan know each other from football, and there's no love lost there.
Yeah. So I think Rob Williams is going to go to his benches. Brad Mosser actually has a bloody nose, and he's going to check in number 2. It looks like Alex Cox is going to check in for Princeton as Mosser takes a seat.
Give me that name again.
Alex Cox, number 2.
Okay.
And then Antoine's going to take a seat, and Ivan Purdue's checking back in for Oak Hill.
I'll tell you, you hate to see it, but, let's get these guys out, let them cool down a little bit. Get back to playing basketball. Oak Hill with some good passing, throws it up. There's Austin for 2.
That is a great high-low set from Brent Conley to Craven Austin. That's a beautiful set.
Oak Hill takes the lead. Now Princeton gets 2 shots, can't convert. Here's Conley driving down court. Oak Hill up for 2, and it's good. That's Jones.
Great look ahead.
That's going to bring Oak Hill into the lead as we close out the first quarter, 13-10.
That's a great end of that first quarter for Oak Hill. 2 terrific passes to find wide-open teammates for layups, and that stakes Oak Hill to a 13-10 lead. Really good end of the first quarter for the Red Devils.
Good way to end with some energy. Get connected to your game again, and some excellent passing work there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, there's some intensity. You can feel the intensity between these two teams. There's definitely some chippiness and intensity during this game right now. Now, I love intensity as long as it doesn't spill over into something stupid and silly where people start throwing punches. But I love a good intense basketball game.
Oh yeah, get lively, boys. But keep it about ball. That's for sure. Check where are we at in foul country right now, Chris?
So Jace Gum has 2. He's the only player for either team that has 2 fouls. Jace Gum has 2. He's the only one that you might consider in foul trouble. There's a couple other players that have 1 apiece. Okay. We'll have to keep an eye on what happens.
I thought for a second there might be one more with 2. Okay, no, only Gum. Okay,
Jace Gum's only 1, and he's got 4 points to pace the Tigers. He's their leading scorer. Brent Conley and Tom Jones each had 5 in that first quarter to pace Oak Hill.
Well, Coach Key's telling them what to do, getting them back out on the court as we get ready to start the second period of play.
Well, Coach Rob Williams has decided he's kept keeping Gum on the bench to start this second quarter. Alex Cox, number 2, is still out there for Princeton. And then Jack Hurt, who also came off the bench, is still out there for Princeton as Bradley Mosser exited the game with a bloody nose. He hasn't re-entered yet either, maybe trying to get that blood stopped.
Okay, Oak Hill brings it inbound and let's kick it into gear. Here we go. Compton down to Austin. Austin over to Jones. Jones brings it back to the top of the key, kicks it over to Conley. Conley drives. Kicks back out for a fader, no good.
That's a tough shot. Moving to his left and fading away. Really tough shot. Princeton will live with him taking that.
Sends it over to Hawkins, up for 3, no good. Princeton now in the press, rattling Oak Hill. Jones holds it together and throws it across court to no one.
Well, they got bailed out a little bit as Chance Barker came. Oak Hill had nothing going. They were probably looking at a 10-second violation, and Barker kind of bailed him out, sort of diving for the ball.
Yeah, a little accidental tackle there.
Yeah, so that bailed Oak Hill out right there. But don't be surprised if Princeton starts showing some pressure now to try to speed Oak Hill up. And they usually, that's going to be an illegal screen on Craven Austin. So that'll be his first. Andy Hudson was all over that. But, yeah, don't be surprised if Princeton starts picking up full court a little bit more to try to speed Oak Hill up and get some offense off their defense.
All right, Princeton bringing it down now, slowing it down a little bit, driving.
That's good
Barker,
defense. Really good defense from Craven Austin on Chance Barker.
Little miscue from Oak Hill. Jones slips it up. And here comes Princeton to Hawkins underneath for two. Can't drop it.
Yeah, Hawkins should have just laid that off the glass. Didn't do it and missed the bunny. Break for Oak Hill.
Compton taking it down now. Gets hung up, kicks it over to Jones. Jones brings it around to Austin. Austin now thinking about it. Gives it off to Conley. Conley to the top of the key, drives the paint. Up for two, off the glass and in.
Well, I like that because Alex Cox is guarding him, and Conley's got a real size advantage on Alex Cox. He can get that shot up over Alex Cox anytime he wants it.
How many points we had there for Conley?
Conley's got 7 now. It looks like Tom Jones has just picked up his foul. But if they're going to keep Cox on Conley, I would go after that matchup.
Yep.
Because there's a real size differential between those two kids.
15-10, Oak Hill in the lead after that foul on Jones. Princeton brings it inbounds. Here's Hurt. Hurt now to Hawkins. Hawkins to Hurt. Hurt tries to send it underneath. Oak Hill steals it away. Here's Compton. Going down court fast. Slips. Oak Hill retains it. Kicks it out to Jones. Everybody back on their feet. Compton out top.
That was good hands out here by Craven Austin, who created that turnover, Robert.
Here's Conley for three, and it's good.
Brent's feeling it. He's got 10 points to lead all scorers.
Ooh, almost a steal again, and almost a stuff, but number 12, Barker, able to bring it down for two. What's happening?
That was a strong finish by Barker because Craven Austin actually got his hands on that shot as well. But Barker was able to finish through it and get the layup. So now it looks like Jace Gum, number 4, is going to check back in with those 2 fouls, and Bradley Malser, number 1, is also checked back in. And Princeton is starting to pick up the pressure a little bit here too.
Oak Hill brings it in, turns it over to Princeton. Princeton now coming down. Going to slow it down. Here's Gum.
See who that's on. Yeah, they just kind of lost Gum underneath. That's going to be on Ivan Purdue. I got that as his first. And when Gum spun baseline, he had a wide open lane to the basket, and Purdue had no other choice but to foul him. That's not a bad foul, though. I'd make him go to the line in earnest instead of giving up that layup.
Gum throws his first one up, and it's good. Excuse me, 18-13.
So Evan Martin, number 10, is going to check into the game. Craven Austin, who I thought gave Oak Hill really solid minutes, checks out. I thought the freshman played really well. He was guarding the senior, Chance Barker, out there, and I thought he did a nice job on him.
Second shot's up, no good. Jones comes down with it. Oak Hill now driving. That's little reverse from Purdue.
That's a beautiful pass from Brent Conley to find the Purdue cutting on the baseline.
Princeton now bringing it down. Gum underneath, tied up, tries the same move, can't bring it down. Oak Hill going to break the press a little bit and head down court. In the corner, here's Martin. Martin drives the lane, can't convert, stuffed. Princeton comes up with it. Here's Brad. Kicks it out to Gum. Gum for three. Drain it.
Gum showing off his full repertoire. They like to post him up, but he's showing he can step out there and hit the 20-footer too. He's got 8 to lead Princeton.
And that's going to be a timeout, Princeton, as they want to chat about it. 2016, Oak Hill leading the Princeton Tigers. 4:30 to go in the half. Let's take a minute and talk about these referees. Good crew tonight. I see my old buddy Brad Compton's out there.
Brad and Andy Hudson. I don't know the other guy. I'm jealous of his arms, though. The other guy's been in the gym.
You can
tell that he's been hitting the curls. But yeah, the good guys out there calling a good game so far.
Good crew, and also familiar with these two teams. You know, I know both these guys intimately familiar with these two teams, and the players on them have been watching these guys since they were in Little League. So Good to know him, good to keep it clean.
Well, and they did a good job when things kind of got chippy in the first quarter of kind of settling it down, too, before things got out of hand between the two teams. But they'll have their hands full. It's a long game, and these are competitive kids.
Princeton has really turned into a good Oak Hill rival, to be honest.
Well, they were longtime Coalfield Conference rivals for years when they were both AAA. And even though Oak Hill's Quad A, I mean, these schools are almost the exact same size. This is, again, Princeton now showing pressure.
Oak Hill coming down. Here's Compton. Compton over to Conley. Conley now back out to Purdue. Purdue takes a second to Jones. Jones looking at it. Dribbling now, thinking about driving. He's going to do it. Top of the foul line. Can't put it down. Who is that?
Brent Conley.
Conley underneath, rebound and 2.
He's playing great. He's got 12. He averages 15. He's almost to his average, but he's really keyed this Oak Hill lead here. He's played great. They're going to call that on Evan Martin as Chance Barker was trying to post him up. Martin's given up a little size and strength to Chance Barker. That's a tough matchup. They said he was grabbing his jersey. That'll be Martin's first.
Is he going to the line? No, underneath. Okay. Brad to inbound it for Princeton. Nowhere to go. Gets tipped up. Oak Hill comes down with it. Here's Compton. Bringing it down. Kicks it over to Purdue.
That's a beautiful dish. That's a way to run a break. Caleb Compton with a great dish that time.
Very clean, good reaction by Purdue. Puts it in for 2. 24-16 Red Devils. For 3, here's Princeton's Klein. Puts it away. Bringing him back within 5. 24-19.
He's got 2 threes to give him 6 points. Well, that's what you don't. Woo. Now, I will say that's 3 on Gum. That's a big call.
Yep. That was clean, though. I mean, he knocked him plumb almost off his feet.
That's a big call. So that's going to get number 22, number 23, Jet Tunstall off the bench. And Gum's going to sit down with those 3 fouls, but that's a big call.
Yeah, going into the half with 3 fouls and your leading score is not where you want to be.
No. Yeah, that's going to be on Brent Conley as he hooked Brad Mosser. That's going to be Brent's second. He tried to go, that's going to be a tee. They just teed up. Wyatt Klein, he just got a technical, so that'll go down as a personal foul. That's Klein's first. But Andy Hudson teed him up. He thought he heard something from Wyatt Klein that he didn't like.
Yeah, a little bit of chatter.
He rung him up. And Rob Williams is going out there to have a discussion with Andy Hudson. He did not love that call. And he's out there arguing his case.
In the meantime, Conley going to go to the foul line to shoot the technical for Oak Hill. He's there for 2.
So Brent trying to add to his game high 12 points. Now, we did have a common foul down there. They called Brent for an offensive foul as he hooked Mosser. So
sink it. 25-19 Red Devils. Conley now looking at his second shot on a technical foul here on Fred Ferry Court. Puts it up. Sink it. 26-19, your Red Devils with a 7-point lead over
Brent
Princeton.
sunk that second one with some flair. As he shot it, he just turned around
away.
I know, that's in. Yeah, he shot that second one with a little bit of flair.
I like it. I like the flair.
Craven Austin's going to check back in. Conley's going to take a seat with those 14 points and those 2 fouls.
I'll tell you what, I pull that same move with a wadded up paper ball at the office every once in a while. The walk-away fade. All right, getting everything sorted. Here we go. Oak Hill to bring it inbounds. 3:08 to go in the half. Compton brings it across midcourt, guarded by Brad. Here we go. Lots of trade-offs. Good passing by Oak Hill underneath to Austin throws it up, and it's going to be a foul.
That's going to be on number 12 for Princeton. That's Chance Barker. That's his second. That was a really good set, though. Really good ball movement and cutting here from Oak Hill tonight. Better than I've seen in previous games, actually.
And that's going to send Austin, the freshman, to the line for 2. First one up, and it's good.
Nice-looking lefty stroke there from Craven Austin. He's got 3 now.
Count it, 26-19 Red Devils. Austin for his second. Sinks it.
That's a good-looking stroke he's got.
Clean.
He looks very comfortable from the foul line.
Very clean. 27-19. Red Devils leading the Tigers. A little contact, no call. Princeton comes back with it. Here's Hawkins at the top of the key. No, I'm sorry, that's Hurt. Hurt sends it down underneath. Ball gets mixed up, back out to Hurt.
They're going to get Tom Jones out front with the foul.
Yeah, Tom caught him with a good shoulder to the chest there.
That'll be Tom's second.
And does that put him in bonus? That does.
Yeah, that's 5 team fouls this quarter. Actually, at 6. Princeton will be shooting the rest of the way on any common foul.
Up and around the rim, but doesn't fall for Hurt.
Number 3, Tyler Browning is checking in for Princeton. This is his first action of the game. Jet Chunstle's going to take a seat.
And he can't bring that one down either. I'm not sure that we haven't had an accidental point added to the scoreboard.
I'll check it here in a minute.
Oak Hill bringing the ball around. And we got a foul.
It's going to be on Brad Mosser. That'll be his second.
And that's going to send Martin to the line for the Red Devils.
Yeah, so both teams shooting the rest of the half here. They're both with 5 team fouls.
Martin puts it up. No good.
And Alex Cox, number 2, is just checked back into the game for Princeton.
Martin throws a second up, no good. Princeton comes down with the rebound. Here's Hurt to Klein in the corner for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Princeton comes back up with it. Here's Hurt for a long 3. No good.
It's a good
Oak
call.
Hill comes down with the rebound, but Martin's heels were on the line.
Yeah, that's a good call. It was right in front of us. Oak
Really
Hill,
clean call. Yep.
Yeah, they got to get on this glass, though. They're giving Princeton too many opportunities here down here.
Princeton going to bring an inbound under their own basket. Here we go. Out top to Klein. Klein back to Klein here in the corner now. Fight for the ball. Goes out of bounds off Compton. Going to be Princeton inbound. Who is number 3 for Princeton?
Tyler Browning.
Browning checked into the game. Snuck in on me. Out to Cox. Here's Browning. Browning drives the paint. Loses it. Shuffle for the ball.
That's a
Cox
tough
drives
take.
and puts it in for 2.
That's a really good take by Alex Cox. And that was a tough finish in traffic. And that cuts the lead to 5. That's Cox's first 2 points of the game. And Princeton now showing full court pressure, which a lot of times Oak Hill does not handle well.
It has been an Oak Hill Achilles heel, that's for certain. Let's see what they do with it tonight.
Oh, they're going to get Caleb Compton. They said he hooked him.
Oh, man.
That's going to be Caleb's first. And that's actually 3 different times we've seen that called tonight where
the hooking.
An offensive player has hooked the guy guarding him. So not the most usual call, and we've seen it 3 times here tonight.
And so that's not a foul? I'm confused. All right, in the meantime, here's Klein. Underneath for two, no good. Compton comes down with it.
Well, it's not it's not a shooting foul.
Not a shooting foul.
If it's an offensive foul, it's not a shooting foul.
Got it. So even in the bonus, not
even
a
in the
foul.
bonus, an offensive foul is never a shooting foul.
That's what confused me.
Yeah.
Thank you for the clarification.
Good give and go.
Good passing.
Man.
Good clean passing by Oak Hill.
I think we got a walk. I thought we might get a foul. It was a great give and go between Tom Jones and Ivan Purdue, but Ivan just couldn't.
Thought that was going to be a piggybacking call.
Yeah, Ivan couldn't handle the pass.
Him on his back.
But it was really good ball movement. The idea was right.
Less than a minute to go. Princeton here on the near side. Klein for three. Can't do it. Jones comes down with the rebound. Kicks it over to Compton. Princeton with a little bit of pressure. Compton now coming across midcourt. Gonna drive. Almost loses it out to Purdue. Purdue for the 17-footer. Can't put it down. And we have contact.
Looks like he got fouled. And Ivan Purdue, who has really, that's going to be on number 3, Tyler Browning. And honestly, every game that I've done with Oak Hill, Ivan Purdue really struggles with his ankles. And I can't, that looks like that might be an ankle. But he's definitely in some discomfort down there. But every game that I've done this year for Oak Hill, at some point, Ivan Purdue's had to come out of the game with an ankle injury. So
we've seen it a couple
really
of times.
Struggles with his ankles. Well, if he's got to come out,
he's got to come out, but he's got to shoot.
But because he was fouled on the shot. So if he's got to come out and see, it looks like he's going to stay in there. He's going to gut it out. Although he looks a lot worse for the wear to me. Yeah, if I'm Andy Keys, I'm getting him out.
Yeah, he's got a good hobble on.
So that's a good move because now he can bring in his leading scorer, Brent Conley, and let Conley take those foul shots.
Conley's going to take the shots.
Yeah, so Conley comes off the bench with his game-high 14 points to take these foul shots for Ivan Purdue.
And Purdue going to go straight back to the training room. They're going to do a little work. Conley, first shot up, no good. 27-22, Red Devils still in the lead. 28 seconds to go in the half. Here's Conley for his second. Up and off the back. Princeton comes down with it. Princeton now, wow. Driving hard, was hurt, but planting those feet was Compton.
Yeah, that's a good call, too. Compton was clearly planted in the lane, had both feet set, hurt just a little out of control that time. That was a good call right there. And Andy Key's going to take a quick timeout here before the end of the half. And, Robert, we got a good one. I think if you would have told Andy Keys, hey, right before the half you want to have a 5-point lead in the ball, I definitely think he would have took that.
I think he'd be happy with that one, I'm going to tell you.
I think he's got to be happy with how his team's competed here tonight. I mentioned in the pregame it's been a long year. It hasn't been the year that he wanted or his players wanted, but it's good to see that they're still out here competing and trying to get better as we near the postseason.
Well, and much like you said, this is more like the Oak Hill team we saw at the beginning of the season when they beat Princeton, when they came up short by 2 against Woodrow.
Yeah.
I mean, that was some good early basketball.
Well, in both of those games, they shot the ball well. And I think we don't have the shooting percentage, but I think they've shot the ball fairly well here tonight as well, especially Brent Conley, who leads all scorers with 14 points.
Yeah, I think they've shot well, and the passing has been so clean.
They've had some really nice sets on offense, some really crisp passes. So, yeah, much better Oak Hill tonight than some of the previous games that I've seen them where they've looked a little sloppy. This is a much better performance so far, but there's a lot of basketball to be played.
Oh, yes. 20 seconds to go in the half. Oak Hill's going to try and bring it down for one shot. Antoine Hicks back in the game. Kicks it over to Austin. Kicks down underneath. Here's Hicks. Goes up for 2. Can't bring it down. Struggle for the rebound. Jones gets it up. Can't bring it down. Struggle for the rebound. Princeton comes down with it. Throwing it for 3. No good, and that's going to bring us to the buzzer. Woo!
To be honest, that last set, I think Oak Hill maybe was a little too unselfish. I thought Brent Conley had a really good little look in the lane. Would have liked seeing him take that shot. I think they were a little too unselfish and maybe overpassed on that last possession.
Could have been, but a lot of excitement, a lot of action bringing us into the half. Oak Hill leading the Princeton Tigers 27-22. It's been a good ball game so far.
Well, Robert, if we take a break, I'm going to go check fouls and points. And when we come back for the second half, I'll have some official fouls and points to give the audience.
That sounds like a good plan to me. Definitely need to double check those points. We have 1 point show up in there somewhere. I'm still not sure where it came from. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Lilly Center here in Oak Hill High School. You're tuned in to New River Network, and we're glad to be bringing you some high school basketball action tonight. I'm Robert Love alongside Chris Rader here at Fred Ferry Court, watching as the Red Devils at halftime leading your Princeton Tigers. Well, let's talk about that first half and what we expect to see in the second.
Well, it was a hotly contested first half, and I thought Oak Hill played really well. It's probably the best I've seen them play in the games that I've done this year. But you got to finish it, and there's been a lot of games that Oak Hill has been in this year, and they just haven't been able to finish it. So I think it would do a lot for their confidence if they could find a way to hold on to this lead and beat Princeton. But it was a good first half. They were paced by Brent Conley, who had 13 points in that first half to lead all scorers. And I want to clean up a couple of, for record-keeping purposes, bookkeeping purposes.
Yes, we had some corrections at the half.
So Princeton has 2 players with 3 fouls. Brad Malser's got 3, and Jace Gum have 3. That's a big story. Those are both starters, and Jace Gum is Princeton's leading scorer.
Yeah, 2 key players right there.
So both of those kids have 3 fouls. Now, Oak Hill has 3 other players with 2 fouls apiece. Antoine Hicks, Brent Conley, and Tom Jones, each with 2 apiece. So the foul situation is always something you want to keep an eye on, but I think for Princeton in particular in that first half, Jace Gum had to spend a lot of time on the bench with his foul troubles and those 3 fouls.
Yeah.
And we'll see how Rob Williams wants to, handle that here in the second half. That can be a balancing act when you have a player in foul trouble. We'll see how Princeton handles that.
Definitely. And a couple of technicals were in there.
Couple of technicals. They called offsetting technicals on, I think, Klein, Malser, and Hicks. So I missed the one on Antoine Hicks, and I didn't see that offsetting technical. We're not in the greatest spot. I wish we were a little closer to the scorer's table.
It's a little tough sometimes.
So sometimes we don't always hear everything the refs say or pick up every signal that they make. That's why at halftime I like to go to the scorer's table sometimes and just check they've got what I've got. And it doesn't always match, and it didn't that time either.
Well, that's what happens when you have to live here in Troublemakers Corner.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's where they keep us.
Yeah, at least they don't make us, stand looking at the corner. We can at least watch the game from the corner. I guess that's when you know you're really a troublemaker, when they say, just turn around. You don't even get to watch the game.
All right, gang, here we go. 27-22, Red Devils in the lead. Here is Princeton to bring it inbounds and start the second half of play. Brad Compton gives the ball, and here we go.
And Oak Hill settled into their zone, Robert. They haven't played zone all first half. They stayed in their man, and they've dropped into their zone here.
Let's see what it does. Princeton kicking the ball around early. Here's up for 2. Off the glass, no good. Oak Hill comes down with the rebound.
Barker's really struggled tonight in the post. He hasn't been able to get clean looks. He hasn't really been able to even get clean passes a lot of times to deliver the ball to him. He's been frustrated. And it looks like Princeton has dropped into their own zone. So both coaches coming out here in the half, changing defenses on each other.
Changing it up. Here's Jones. Oak Hill passing it around. Purdue. Back to Jones. Oh, missed opportunity. Princeton steals it away. There's Gum for 3. No good.
Antoine Hicks going high, almost snagged that with one hand, was able to tap it to Caleb Compton. See, a little chess match here between Rob Williams and Andy Keys as they both come out here in zones to start this second half after going primarily man in the first half.
Oak Hill brings it down. Here's Purdue. Kicks it over to Compton. Compton now out to Conley. Conley at the top. Thinks about driving, kicks it over to Hicks. Hicks now holding. Over to Jones at the top of the key. Jones drives down, kicks it out to Purdue. Back to Jones for 3. Score it to start the second half the same way he started the first.
Big shot from Tom Jones. He's got 8 now.
That's how the game started. 30-22. Red Devils in the lead. Here's Princeton. Hawkins at the top of the key. Kicks it out to Klein. Klein brings it back to the top.
And Oak Hills went right back into their man, Robert. Sorry to interrupt you, but they changed defenses again.
That's a quick switch. Princeton, Gum underneath for the 12-footer, no good.
That's really good defense by Ivan Purdue there. Really good defense.
Good defense, good boxing out. Oak Hill with the quick ball brings down Jones for 3, in and out. Hawkins now on the drive for Princeton. Kicks it over to Gum. Diving is Compton.
That's going to be 3 on Brent Conley. He grabbed his arm, so that's a
Like the aggression.
Actually,
the aggression.
that's going to be on Antoine Hicks. Let me check myself. That's 3 on Antoine. That's going to be a shooting foul, so that'll send Gum to the line with his 7 points now.
Ref having a little chat with him.
And again, they've done a pretty good job here tonight. When things get a little chippy, they kind of pause, bring them together, say, fellas, let's calm down here a little bit. So they've done a good job not letting the game get away from them. Because it has been hotly contested between these two teams.
Gum sends the first one up, and it's good. Bobbled around a little bit, but it dropped in there. 30-23. Here we go again. Refs having a little chat.
Yeah, I don't know what all the discussion is between foul shots there. Andy Keys doesn't
little pause,
either.
Little pause, yeah. Andy's wondering.
And I am too. What is the holdup here?
Gum sends a second shot up, and it's good. Closing lead to 6. 30-24 Red Devils.
Gum's got 9 to lead the Tigers. And Princeton staying in that 2-3 zone.
Antoine bringing it down for the Red Devils. Kicks it around now. Jones. Jones back out to Twine.
And I got to tell you, Robert, Ivan Purdue is really still out here limping around with that ankle. He's not moving really well at all.
I've been watching him. He's nursing it.
That's a good pass.
Really great pass underneath to Conley. Good work by the Red Devils. Puts it in for 2. 32-24 your score.
Great pass by Antoine Hicks. He came in tonight leading O'Kill with assists, and that was one of the prettier ones he's had. That was a good spin move on the baseline by Gum. Drew another foul. So he's going to go back to the line.
Who's that one on?
They called that on Caleb Compton. That's going to be Caleb's second. And Gum is right back here at the line.
All right, here we go. 32-24 Red Devils. Gum at the line for Princeton, shooting 2. First one's up, in and out, no good.
Gum has really struggled from the line tonight. He's gotten several looks, but he's really struggled. He's missed several of them.
Here we go, getting reset. Second shot. It's in the air. And he drains it. 32-25, Red Devils lead by 7. Here's Compton. Over to Hicks. Hicks now drives underneath. Goes up for 2. Can't do it.
Good defense
Princeton
and good
comes
save
up.
by Barker that time.
Really good.
That's going to be a foul on Tom Jones. And the foul's starting to pile up now for O'Kill. That's Tom's third.
And that's going to send Hawkins to the line.
That was just a good attack, though, that time by the freshman Hawkins. He took it right at Tom Jones' chest. Drew the foul, and that'll send him to the line.
Hawkins is a freshman?
Yes, he is.
Wow. Good skills. Puts it up and in for his first.
He's got 3 now.
Second shot coming up. Off the back of the rim, gets tipped up, but the Red Devils bring it down. Quick pass over to Compton. Compton going to slow it down.
And Rob Williams staying in that 2-3 maybe to protect Mosser and Gum with those 3 fouls.
Out top to Purdue. Purdue now to Compton. Compton underneath to Jones. Good pass to Conley, and we've seen it twice.
That is beautiful. That's
put it in for 2.
Beautiful the way they're attacking that zone.
Excellent execution.
Great execution as Conley's able to penetrate that middle and get 2 easy layups. Great pass from Tom Jones. Conley now with 17 to lead all scorers.
Yep, they found the pocket twice in a beautiful way. Good precision, good passing.
Great offensive set from O'Kill.
Princeton now under a little pressure. Tries to send it underneath, off his hands. Nope, going to go off a Red Devil. Princeton bringing it inbound under their own basket. Here's Hawkins to bring it in. Klein back out to Hawkins in the corner. Up to Klein, top of the key, kicks it over to Gum. Gum back to Mosser. Mosser drives, dishes it off underneath.
That's a really good pass. Really
nice
good pass.
Good dish to Barker for 2. 34-28, Red Devils still leading. 3:40 to go in the third. Here's Purdue. Now to Jones. Jones back to Purdue. Purdue tries to send it inside and going to draw the foul.
That's going to be on Barker. That's going to be his third. So Princeton now with 3 starters with 3 fouls apiece. Barker, Gum, and Brad Mosser. Barker just a little too aggressive that time, trying to knock that pass away.
Going to be Oak Hill's ball inbounds. Antoine Hicks going to send it way, way back to Compton. 3:30 to go and ticking. Compton straight underneath, gets it to Jones. Jones up and in for 2, an easy layup.
And I'm telling you, Robert, they are carving that Princeton zone up.
Yep, Conley and Jones, good clean pass there, very nice. Here's Gum driving for 2, good footwork. 36-30, Red Devils in the lead as we tick under 3 minutes. Compton bringing it around for the Red Devils to Purdue. Purdue wondering what to do to Jones in the corner, thinks about it, kicks it back out up top. Antoine now back to Purdue. Purdue pulls up for 3, sinks it. 39-30, Red Devils in the lead.
Ivan Purdue with 7 points now. That's not necessarily his forte, shooting threes, but he's able to knock that down. Almost got his hands on that pass, too.
Hoggins now, pulls up, but we're going to get a foul on
That's
Purdue.
going to be Purdue's second. Again, that's a shooting foul. So that's going to send Hawkins back to the line.
He was going for it, but got him a handful of hand on that one.
But I've been really impressed with Oak Hill's set offense here against this Princeton 2-3.
Really nice.
They've really been able to carve that up and just get a lot of easy layups at the rim.
Yep, good clean precision.
Just
I like it.
Textbook offense against the zone as Hawkins knocks that down. He's got 4 now.
39-31. Your Tigers trailing your Oak Hill Red Devils. In and out on the second, Jones with the rebound. And here comes Hicks. Hicks out to Purdue for 3. Not quite. Princeton with the rebound this time. Bobbles it around a little bit, but here's Brad going into the paint. Bobbles it again. Runaway ball.
It's going to be Oak Hill ball. Yeah, Brad Mosser just couldn't get control of it all the way down the court.
There were several touches in there.
He was fighting the ball. Yeah, he was fighting the ball all the way down the court. Just never got control of it. And now Princeton showing full court pressure.
Oak Hill breaks it. They can't close the gap. Ball off of Brad.
Really good block.
He doesn't like that call, but it was right off of him. That was
really good block by Chance Barker, though. Brent Conley looked like he had a wide open layup. Barker came, was able to swat it away right at the rim.
Oak Hill bringing it in under their own basket. Here's Hicks.
And Princeton has actually went back to man. They're tired of that zone being carved up.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Yeah, they went back to their man defense.
I'd cash that ticket in. Woo! Almost a steal, but Oak Hill breaks it up. Now to Jones underneath. Back out to Compton up top. Drives the paint. Shoots 12-footer. No good. Here's Hicks for 3. Can't drop it.
Good rebound by Jace Gum. And that's going to be a foul on Purdue's. They got tangled up. That'll be Ivan's third.
He was trying for a jump ball, but really just kind of wrapped him around the waist. Princeton's ball.
I'm actually surprised that Princeton is not shooting. I thought that would at least be Oak Hill's.
They're gonna count it.
Hold up. That might have been on. Craven Austin's now checked into the game for Oak Hill as Purdue's taking a seat.
Princeton now bringing it down. Here's Hawkins on top of the key. Loses the ball off of Jones.
That's going to stay down there with Princeton.
Stay there. Hawkins bringing him down. Comes in to Mosser. Shoots up the 15-footer. No good.
I don't know why Monster was in a real hurry. Monster almost put that up like he thought he was shooting against the clock or something. Yeah.
It was a really quick
He was
throw.
in a really quick hurry to get that shot off, and I'm not sure why.
All right, Oak Hill with the ball. Here is Hicks. Hicks coming up on that 5 seconds.
Yeah, you got to be careful here.
He's going to drive the paint.
Because Hawkins is all over him, man. Hawkins really in his shirt.
And what do we got? Got a timeout?
Yeah, I think we have a timeout. As that possession was going nowhere. Good timeout from Andy Keys to get his troops over there and maybe draw up a play here. As they, again, I mentioned they were carving up that zone defense, and I think Rob Williams saw that too and went back to his man-to-man. Now, the chance you take going back to that man-to-man is he's got 3 starters with 3 fouls. I think that's probably the reason he went to zone to begin with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To try to
give it a little space.
Try to protect those kids with the fouls. But, I mean, Oak Hill was getting anything they wanted against that zone, so he had to go back to his man defense.
Chopping it up,
absolutely. But Oak Hill, who went into the half with a 5-point lead, has actually been able to extend it to 8, so a good third quarter for the Red Devils. And they have the ball here with the last 50 seconds left.
A couple Oak Hill cheerleaders making their way springboarding across court there. Taking advantage of the timeout.
The length of the court, too.
The whole length.
Yeah, that was impressive. That was Amaya Grasty and Ava Queen showing off their athleticism there.
All right, going to be Oak Hill's ball inbounds. 50.7 seconds to go in the third. Oak Hill leading 8 points, 39-31 over the Princeton Tigers. Compton sending in for the Red Devils. Hicks loses it to Hawkins.
Great block by Antoine. Great recovery.
Great recovery. Made up for that quick.
And Andy Keys is telling him, hey, let's just slow it down. Let's slow it down. See if they can hold for the last shot here. They got a lot of time to kill, though, with 35 seconds and ticking.
Hicks drives, kicks it to Jones. Jones to Conley. Oh, with the alley-oop.
He rushed
almost.
I think he had time to just bring it down, and Princeton throws it right away. If Brent, I think Brent just got in a hurry. He didn't have to catch that and shoot it all in the air. I think he could have just brought it down and laid it back in.
Yeah, I think so, too. Still would have been cool if he
It was a great set, though. And Princeton picking up full court here, full court man-to-man. That's going to be a foul. Let's see what Brad Compton's got. That's going to be a foul on Hawkins. I have that as Hawkins' second. As again, they're going full court man-to-man press here.
Full court press. Here we go. Oak Hill to bring it inbounds. Comes into Hicks. Hicks dribbling against Hawkins. Man, Hawkins fast. Hicks brings it down, breaks the press over to Jones. Jones driving, puts it up for 2, in and out. Jump ball.
It's going to be a jump ball as Caleb Compton tied up White Klein.
I tell you what, Klein came down with that clean, and if he'd started throwing elbows, that wouldn't have been a jump ball.
No, Caleb was able to tie him up. I thought they might get Caleb for a reach in there.
It would have been if he'd had a little movement, but he gave him a second to get hold of that ball, and that's it. Oak Hill's ball inbounds. Here we go. Got to get somebody open. Sends it way back to Hicks. Hicks comes down with it, but not by much. Over to Jones.
Got to shoot it.
Jones to Compton, up for the last second shot, no good. Tipped up, tried by Austin, but the buzzer's going to sound, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter. So, heading into the fourth, Oak Hill leading 39-31. The Red Devil cheerleaders going to take the floor, take advantage of this little break.
Well, I'll be anxious to see what Rob Williams wants to do here because I think he wants to go full court man-to-man and maybe speed Oak Hill up and try to get some turnovers. But then
can he afford the fouls?
How aggressive can you be when you have 3 starters with 3 fouls? So we'll see what he wants to do. But I wouldn't be surprised if he starts pressing Oak Hill with a little more vigor here because they just haven't been able to cut into this Oak Hill lead. In fact, Oak Hill was able to stretch it out from 5 to 8 in that third quarter. So in this last quarter, I think Williams knows he's got to do something to maybe get his defense to turn into some easy offense.
Definitely. Got to try something because you're running out of time. Oak Hill, on the other hand, playing a phenomenal game.
Yeah, they really have. I think Oak Hill's played really well on both ends of the court tonight. They've been battling what is a very physical team. And in particular, Brent Conley right now is leading all scorers with 17 points. The only scorer for Princeton in double figures is Jace Gum with 12.
Quick score check. We've got Greater Beckley over Midland Trail, 68-58. Final. That's final. So Greater Beckley closing it out against Trail. 10-point lead at the end of the game there. And the other New River Network crew over there tonight. Missing those guys on this side.
And I got to tell you, if Oak Hill can hold on here, that's just going to be a big win for their confidence. They've really struggled this year. Like I said, it hasn't, not to belabor the point, but it hasn't been the year that they've won it. I think that would be a nice win for Oak Hill here tonight and build their confidence as we near March in the postseason.
Yep, have to agree. It's a good way to have a turnaround here at the end. Princeton to bring it inbounds as we start the fourth. Here we go. Mosser at the top of the key. Kicks it over to Klein. Klein underneath to Gum. Gum loses it.
That's good help defense. They doubled the post. Gum was trying to post up Caleb Compton. Tom Jones came over and deflected it.
Beautiful. Oak Hill brings it across midcourt. Conley to set the pick. Didn't work with drives anyway. Passing off to Jones. Jones gets tied up. Batted away. Compton has a slip. Compton now to Jones. Jones underneath to Austin. Austin up for two in traffic.
Great cut. Great cut. Great pass. Austin's got 6. That's a great pass from Jones-O.
Climb for 3. Air ball.
That's going to be a foul on Austin. But again, Tom Jones with a great pass, and then Craven Austin with the cut through the lane. Oak Hill's had some really impressive offensive sets tonight. I've been really impressed with what they've done in the half court here tonight.
Brings their lead to 10, but who we got at the line?
That's going to be Chance Barker going to the line.
Barker.
He's got 4 points here tonight.
Sends the first one up to make it 5. 41-32, Red Devils leading.
Barker was the all-state quarterback for Princeton. He was a heck of a football player. He signed somewhere, and my brain is not working. I don't know. I can't remember where he signed, but he was a really good high school quarterback. He's got 6 now.
And there we go. Drops the lead to 8. 41-33. Princeton trailing the Oak Hill Red Devils.
And you're seeing the Princeton really picking up the defensive intensity. They got Wyatt Klein. Klein didn't like it. Rob Williams didn't like it.
Coach Williams does not like that call.
No, Rob Williams really not happy. Wyatt Klein wasn't either. I didn't see a lot myself. I didn't see a lot there.
I can't call it from here.
Yeah, but I didn't have yeah, that's true. We don't have a great angle.
All right, Oak Hill bringing it down. Conley now back up top. Jones getting a little contact.
Yeah, that was on Barker. There was a lot of contact there, and they let it go initially. That's going to be.
I was looking for the right word. They were mixing it up.
They let it go initially. It even looked like Barker threw a knee into his stomach. Looks like WWF for a minute.
It's going to get wrestly here in a minute.
They finally called it. So that's 4 on Barker. I have that unofficially. One more and he'll be out.
Oak Hill to bring that bounce. Excuse me. Okay, Oak Hill gets it into Conley off to Jones. Jones now to Compton. Compton driving.
Good pass.
Dishes it to Conley in for 2. Barker couldn't believe that even happened.
Conley's got 19. He's been the beneficiary of some really nice dishes tonight. And that was another one. Great pass from Caleb Compton.
Oak Hill with the double-digit lead. Princeton coming down, putting it underneath for 2.
That's going to be 4 on Gum. They got him with a charge.
Okay, so basket's no good. Oak Hill still with a 10-point lead and 4 fouls on Gum. If I'm Princeton, this is not where I want to be with 6:27 to go in the fourth.
No, and again, I think we're going to see what Rob Williams pick up full court here. He doesn't have much of a choice.
Well, I can tell you, I am looking at a couple of these guys, and of course, I know these guys too from football, and the frustration is on their face, and it's real. Klein climbing the bleachers to try and save that one.
Now, Jack Hurt, number 11, has checked into the game. Tyrone Hawkins, the freshman, has taken a seat for Princeton.
Oak Hill brings it inbounds. Klein sticking to him like glue, going after the ball.
Very aggressive. That's 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that's 5 seconds as Antoine wasn't able to shake him. Good defense that time by Wyatt Klein.
6:15 to go in the ball game. 43-33 Red Devils lead. Here's Brad Mosser. Brings it over to Hurt. Hurt takes a look underneath, sends it. Here's Barker. Barker going up for two. Tipped away.
So Oak Hill's done a really nice job. Whenever Princeton's tried to post them up, they're doubling that post, and it's really messed Princeton up. At time, Tom Jones was able to come over and get a hand on that shot, but they've doubled that post. And
highly effective.
Yeah, been very effective with that strategy here tonight.
All right, Princeton bringing in out to Mosser at the top of the key. Hurt. Now here's Gum for three. Thought he had it, but no good. Oak Hill comes down, sends it down court. Here's Austin. Austin gets it batted away. Struggle for the rebound, goes off Barker, and it's going to be Oak Hill's ball underneath.
That was a good block by Chance Barker.
Really good block.
He's letting him know it a little bit, too. He's wolfing at Craven Austin, letting him know that was a good block. But that was a good block by Barker.
Inbound for Oak Hill is Conley up and in for two.
Brent Conley with 21 now. And another charge. That might, if that's on Gum.
That's it.
And that's a
technical.
Well, that's going to be a technical on Antoine, though. Or, let's see. I don't know who that. So that's Gum just fouled out. I think the technical is on Antoine Hicks.
Yeah, the technical's on Hicks.
So Gum fouled out on the charge.
Out for Princeton.
He's got 12. He's done for the night. That's 4 on Antoine. Now, I think that's his second technical, too.
Yeah, by my count.
Now, I'm not sure of the rule here. If that's 2 technicals, he might be done, but I'm not.
Well, it's definitely a technical. And here's Klein, misses the first one. Oak Hill student section having a field day right now. Klein makes the second one. 11-point lead, and Hicks is on the bench for Oak Hill.
He might, even though he's only got 4 fouls, 2 of them have been technicals. He might be done. I'm not going to swear to it.
No, he's done.
But assistant coach Casey Legg is talking to him, but that's 2 technicals on Antoine here tonight.
Yeah, Brad Compton and Coach Keys having a conversation there.
No, Alvin Purdue's checked
Keys
back into
happy.
the game. Yeah, he's checked back in.
All right, here we go. Back to the ball game. 5:28 to go. 45-34 Princeton. Rolls around the rim. They just couldn't get it to drop. Goes back up, and Mosser's going to go to the foul line as that is called on Compton.
It's going to be Caleb's third, and you're right, that'll send Mosser to the foul line. Tyrone Hawkins did everything but finish on that drive. It was a really nice drive to the basket. His layup just spun out. But Mosser was there for the offensive rebound. He'll go to the line on the foul.
Mosser sends it up off the glass, but it's the first one in.
I don't think Brad Mosser was trying to bank that, but it goes in the scoreboard like he swished it.
Either which way. If it's in, it was on purpose. It's what I always said.
Yeah.
45-35, here we go. Mosser brings the lead to 9. Timeout, Princeton. All right, a lot of action in the last few minutes.
A lot of action, yeah. So 5:21, 9-point lead. And we got a lot of basketball to go here as Princeton, I have to think, is really going to dial up that defensive pressure on Oak Hill. Maybe go full court man, maybe try to get a trap here in the corner somewhere. But, Oak Hill's got a long way to go to try to protect this 9-point lead because I think Princeton's going to be really dial up that defensive intensity.
I think so, too. And I think we're going to see a lot of foul shots.
I think we might, too, yeah.
It's going to be a long 5 minutes.
Yeah, settle in, folks, yeah.
5 minutes going on 30. Here we go.
So the foul situation that I've got for both teams, I got Ivan Purdue with 3. I got Antoine. I think Antoine's done. He's got 4.
He's out.
He's done. Tom Jones has 3. Brad Mosser has 3 for Princeton. Chance Barker has 4. And Jace Gum, their leading scorer, fouled out with 12.
Oak Hill brings it inbound. Here's Conley. Sends it down to Austin. Austin to Purdue. Purdue going to draw the foul.
All right, now that'll be it for Chance Barker, too. So Chance Barker just fouled out. So Rob Williams is going to have to go to his bench to replace him as that's his second starter that's fouled out here tonight.
Maybe.
Everything I'm telling you is unofficial. I've got Barker with 5 fouls, but he's staying in the game. So,
all right, must have been 4.
Must have been 4.
Oak Hill brings it inbounds. Here's Compton. Sends it to the key, sends it back out. Jones now. Purdue sets the pick, can't hold it. Compton. And we got a foul.
That's going to be on Hawkins, and unofficially I've got Hawkins now with 3.
And that's going to send Compton to the foul line for the Red Devils. 45-36. 5:04 to go.
Caleb's actually looking for his first points here tonight. Now, he's scoreless, but I think he's played a really nice game for Oak Hill here tonight.
Yeah, played a great game. Excellent ball control. Good passing.
He's got several assists.
Worked hard off the press.
And he gets his first point here tonight.
Now on the board. Lead back to 10. Second shot's up, and it's good. Make it 11, 47-36. Princeton brings it in down, and down the court they come. No time to waste. Mosser kicks it back out. Here is shot for 2, no good.
Yeah, it's a tough shot. Good defense on the baseline down there by Tom Jones on Jack Hurd.
All right, Oak Hill brings it across midcourt, and the press is on. Here we go. Conley thought about a 3, brought it down, drives the lane for 2. It's good, and 1. He's going to the foul line. Here we go.
Now, if that should foul Chance Barker out. As Conley passed open the 3 here in the corner, drove into the lane and finished with his offhand and drew the foul. I've got him unofficially with 23 points. He's played a terrific game here. It's that senior night. Brent's a senior, and he's going out in style, man. He's played a heck of a game here tonight for Oak Hill.
They call that on Barker?
Man, I don't know who else they could have called it on. I missed it. I just assumed that looked like for all the world it was on Barker to me.
I think they might have called it on Klein, but
okay.
I'm not sure how.
Good deed.
Wow, some back and forth here between the two teams. Oak Hill now bringing it down. Purdue kicks it out to Compton. Compton thinks about it, slows it down.
Oh, and he lost it.
Little contact there, little contact.
That's going to be on Caleb Compton. That'll be his 4th.
Yeah, he's getting up there now.
I think Andy Keys just took 5 years off his life as Caleb Compton lost that ball, lost possession.
I might have watched him grow gray hair.
Oh, man.
Instant gray.
Yeah. Not a happy camper. Now, Alex Cox, number 2, is going to check in for Chance Barker, who I thought for all the world had already fouled out twice. I don't know how anybody that had to be on Barker. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
I don't know. I'm not sure what happened, but he's sitting down now.
So Cox coming in for Princeton. We're having a little chat now. All right, here we go. Klein inbound it. Out to Hawkins. Hawkins now stuck. Over to Klein. Klein pulls up for three, tosses it. Hawkins drives the paint, gets it tipped up, no good.
Good defense by Oak Hill.
Oak Hill slowing it down. Well, not very effectively because Princeton's not going to let them. Now Conley. Conley back to Compton in the corner. He's going to settle with it. Back to Conley. Conley brings it around. Whoa.
Yeah, you got to be careful around Hawkins. He's
Hawkins
quick.
Is quick.
No lazy passes around Hawkins.
Quick. Almost gets it from Austin, but tips it out of bounds. Oak Hill to bring it in. Here's Conley. Sends it back to Compton. Compton trying to slow it down. Burn up all the clock you can, and we got a foul.
That'll be on Jack Hurt. I got that as Hurt's second. Of course, I've been wrong all night, so don't go by what I'm saying. He might have 9. That'll send Caleb Compton to the line again. He just knocked down 2 a minute ago. As it's starting to get away from Princeton now with 3:38. Princeton's running out of time.
First shot's up, no good. 49-36, Red Devils by 13. 3:38 to go in the ball game. Compton for his second. Put it away. 50 as the Red Devils cross the 50-point mark. 50-36, Princeton brings it down. Mosser drives the lane, kicks it back out to Cox. Cox pulls up to shoot, kicks it back to Mosser. Mosser around to Klein, back to Mosser. Mosser thinks about 3, dumps it underneath to Hawkins. Back out top. Hawkins throws it up for 2. Score it as he takes the slide.
That's a really tough shot. A little runner there by Hawkins. He's got 6. That was a tough shot, though.
That was a little fade away. And going to come right back with the foul.
Now he's got 4 as well, as Princeton now is in big foul trouble.
3:10 to go. Going to put Tom Jones on the line for Oak Hill, shooting 2.
Tom Jones with 10 points tonight. He came in averaging just over 10, so he's right at his average. That gets him to 11.
51-38, Red Devil lead.
He's knocked down a couple big shots, had some nice passes. Tom's played a pretty complete game here tonight for Oak Hill.
Sends it up, off the rim, tipped up, but Princeton comes down with it. Here's Hawkins in a hurry. Going to drive the paint, kick it out in the corner. No good.
Good rebound by Craven Austin. Really got up for that.
Good rebound, almost threw it away, but got it back. Conley sends it to Jones. Jones back to Compton. Now out to Jones at the top. Compton on the far side. Compton going to dribble. Oak Hill, good ball control. Jones now drives, kicks it back out to Conley. Little contact.
That'll be on Mosser. Unofficially, I have that as Brad's 4th. And Tom's going back to the line with his 11 points here tonight.
Score it. 52-38. 2:31 to go in the ball game. And he sinks it. 53-38, Red Devil lead. 2:30 to go. Up and out for Princeton. Conley comes down with it. Here's Jones. Bringing it across midcourt. Out to Conley. Oak Hill showing good ball control, dribbling as the clock ticks under the 2-minute mark. Here's Compton now. Nice move, drives the paint, kicks it back out. Jones driving in, kicks it back out. Compton taking a break.
Nice job by Oak Hill to really stay patient and just melt clock here with his 15-point lead.
Yep, it's a good showing of control. Almost lost it there. Compton comes up with it. Kicks it back to Jones, up for two, and score it. 55-38. Best game I've seen these Red Devils play all year.
Again, another nice assist from Caleb Compton that time. Tom Jones with 15.
Tell you folks, it's not often you get to do it, but we can call this one early.
I think we can. Yes, Bradley Malser. That's going to be his fifth, and then
a technical on the coach.
Yeah, I think Rob Williams really thinks he's gotten a rough whistle here tonight. He's been very frustrated with a lot of the calls here tonight. I don't think he thinks he's gotten a great whistle here tonight. That's frustration on his part, and just one of those nights, one of those games for Princeton.
I can see the frustration, and now the assistant coach having a chat with Brad Compton out there.
Yeah, Malser got tied up underneath. A little extracurricular activity. Then they teed up Brad. Then when they teed up Brad, then Rob Williams came off the bench. They teed him up. So a lot going on here tonight.
A lot happening. This is the most technicals I've seen in a high school game in a number of years.
There have been, you're right, there have been a lot of technicals here tonight. You're exactly right.
I tell you, I'm going to start keeping baby aspirin around for these coaches, though.
Yeah.
The veins in the foreheads are sticking out. The stress is real.
Well, let's see what we can sort out here after all that.
So there was a technical on Princeton. We had a foul on Mosser and then a technical on the coach.
I think we had a technical on Malser, too, so I don't know how many foul shots.
Goodness gracious.
Craven, this is the common foul.
All right.
Craven Austin's shooting. He's got 7 now. He's got another one coming to him.
That's 2.
He's got 8 now. He's going to let Tom
Jones
to shoot
line.
the technicals. I think I might have just kept Craven Austin. He's got a really nice little left-handed stroke.
Went 2 for 2 there.
See, I should be a coach.
You had it. You called it.
I missed my calling.
All right, second shot now for Jones. Oh, in and out. And do we have 2 more? 2 more.
Yeah, because that was
Holy cow.
So that was the technical he just shot on Malser. This is the technical on the coach, Rob Williams, that he's shooting.
All right, put that one away. Up and in and out. All right, 1 for 4 for Jones there.
Yeah, that's not the
rough.
trip he was looking for.
That's rough. What do we got now? We got 2 more?
I don't know.
Is this 8 foul shots?
If there was another technical, then there must have been another technical that I missed.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how many technicals they got.
Well, up and no good for Conley. I'm going to say officially, I have never seen 4 foul shots in a row. For 2.
You don't see it very often as Brent knocks that one down.
There we go.
Yeah, there must have been another technical on somebody that I missed.
59-38. Red Devil lead, 1:17 to go.
I think at this point, everybody should just back off and let's
get
go through
this
the
game
handshake line, and no incidents, and everybody just go to the locker room because there's a lot of upset people. You can see it, and frankly, you kind of watch body language. I think Princeton has felt like they've gotten a rough whistle here tonight, and you could see the frustration building as the game went that they didn't love all of these calls.
A little confusion. Princeton only had 4 men on the court.
Well, he's running out of kids to throw out there, so he had to throw number 22, Patrick Reed, getting his first action.
Reed in.
As Malser and White Klein are heading to the locker room, they're done.
Oak Hill brings the ball down. Here's Compton. 1:05 to go. Compton now driving, kicks it out to Jones. Jones going to drive the paint. It's going to go off the foot of 23 for Princeton.
That's Jet Tunstall.
Tunstall, okay, gotcha. Oak Hill to bring it in, bounds to Conley. Conley back out to Compton. They need to run the clock. There we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's double contact, but I think we're just trying to close this game.
Yeah, but, man.
Yeah, that was a little much.
That was a blatant push in the back right there.
Conley just going to slow it down. 30 seconds. Everybody settle down. Let's call it a night. This is the way this should end.
Well, regardless, this is a really nice win for Oak Hill.
Solid, commanding performance for your Oak Hill Red Devils. 59-38 your final score here at the Lilly Center on Fred Ferry Court.
And they needed it. I mean, Oak Hill needed something positive, and they got it here tonight as they're trying to go into the postseason with a little momentum, and so Oak Hill really needed that win here tonight.
Yes, they did, and a great win for them to bring them back to life here at the end of the season. And make sure everybody gets through the line clean here.
Unofficially, I had Brent Conley leading all scorers with 24 points. Tom Jones was able to chip in with 17. Those are the only two Oak Hill players in double figures. Craven Austin had 8 off the bench. He played a nice game. For Princeton, the only player that I had in double figures by my count was Jace Gum with 12. Just a rough night here for the Tigers. They got in foul trouble early.
Got in foul trouble real early.
And I think once you had your best player, Jace Gum, get in foul trouble, I think they were scrambling from then on out. Then you had Barker, and then you had Brad Mosser. Weren't shooting the ball really well. And I think you're going to get Andy Keys over here.
Yeah, we got Coach Keys coming in. I'm going to give him my headset. Okay, never mind. Trade you out. Coach, go ahead and put that on. Fantastic game, Coach. Congratulations. Your players played hard, clean, good ball. What do you have to say about that performance?
Well, after our last performance, I think it was a necessary response. We wasn't really pleased with how we played over at Pikeview. I didn't like the urgency of how we played and the lack of competitiveness. And quite frankly, I challenged my group. I challenged them before the game today. We understand it was senior night. It was a special night.
Absolutely.
And we wanted to come out and put on an exhibition of toughness because that's what we've been preaching all year long. And I'm really proud of what we did on the defensive side of basketball. Holding a team like that to 38 points is a really solid effort, and that's a physical basketball team, and you know how they are.
Very much.
And that's the football guys they have, and they're tough, and they rebound. And, we knew that it was going to be that type of game, and I was glad to see our group step up to the challenge, and I'm just really proud of them right now, especially our seniors.
Me too. And I want to say something about that being senior night. I saw something I'd never seen before. You guys actually give those guys a framed jersey.
We've actually been doing that for several years now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's really, really cool.
They like it a lot.
They get to take that with them, get it for the rest of their life. That's a cool piece. I like that. That's very, very cool. Coach, where are you headed next, and what are you looking at?
Well, we got a couple games left this week. We will go to Liberty on Friday, and we'll be here actually again on Thursday against Pikeview, which is a quick turnaround because we just played them. We just played them, so we're familiar with them. They're familiar with us, and let's hope that we can repeat that defensive effort because that'll keep us in just about all the basketball games. Absolutely,
and good, clean passing time. Really want to compliment your guys. They look tight.
Well, and it's about having a good high basketball IQ. When you're in a situation where you're up several possessions, we want to make sure that we possess the ball long, and we want to possess it safely and make sure we don't give it to the other team, which we get in a habit of sometimes. And so we talk a lot about not beating ourselves, and when we're good passing, good cutting, being good teammates, sharing the basketball, that's what happens. You get yourself in a position to where you can maintain the basketball, and it gives your defense a little break as well.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, congratulations. We look forward to the rest of the season watching you.
Thank you.
And we'll be out here cheering you on.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Let me grab that headset from you, and you get back to you guys. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of the action for tonight here at the Lilly Center. We thank you for tuning in to New River Network. I'm Robert Love.
I'm Chris Rader.
And we thank Darren and Robert and the whole crew here for keeping us going and allowing us to get out here and share this basketball action with you. Good night, everybody, and God bless.